You know that one scene in Tombstone, the Sam Elliott? No one's even saying you can't carry or own a gun. We're just saying you can't carry or own a gun in town. That's not unreasonable, is it? Welcome back to another episode with King Cobra JFS to speak in my mind. Recently, President Joe Biden signed a bill that requires all quote-unquote ghost guns to be made by people who have a registered firearm manufacturing license and for the parts to have serial numbers. He's not saying he's going to take your ghost guns away because, let's be realistic, he can't stop you. But I actually agree with Joe Biden on his decision with the whole ghost guns. I don't feel comfortable with people just being able to 3D print guns. We just had 2 mass shootings, for fuck's sake. Hold up. I'm watching the episode of Good Mythical Morning, but we'll come back to that. Oh, after I get off camera.
Hey, do you want to join the six-figure club? Well, you can. Google and other tech companies are hiring hundreds.
Is it safe to say that word has gotten out?
Well, there was an event.
Yes, I want to say, gas bombs, whatever, bombs found. Multiple people shot after man opens fire in Brooklyn subway station during rush hour. Bombs found. Suspect, a stunning and brave BIPOC male.
Have they,
I fucking hate mass shootings.
sent him yet?
From what I have seen here, there's no updates on that front. The most recent article here linked was from the New York Post. 29 injured. Attack around 8:30 this morning. At the time that this article was posted, he had been on the lam for 4 hours.
All right, so he was wearing a vest, a gas mask, and a tool belt.
Yes, multiple explosive devices found. I love this guy here. He looks like he's taking a selfie. Well,
all these fucking mass shootings, war-torn countries. Ozzy Osbourne's dreamer. When will all this anger, hate, and bigotry be gone?
Oh, look at me with the blood, bro.
Without each other's help, there ain't no hope for us.
Oh, social media, cloud, Instagram. Oh.
Yeah, and what you see in that picture, see that blood?
Yeah.
That blood's been on the ground probably...
Republicans are like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings when it comes to their guns. And the ring, metaphorically speaking, is their firearm. I do agree with some of the Republicans' views on guns. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. However, the second a Democrat makes some law that adds some reason and some smart gun control to our system, they get told, oh my God, he's taking our guns away. It's like, he cannot legally take our guns away. It is in the Second Amendment rights. You fucking morons. My precious. My precious. My precious. No, you will not take it. Like, dude, calm down. Personally speaking, I've been very vocal on how I feel about ghost guns on my YouTube channel. I would just say leave it to the professional manufacturers like Stoger or Remington. The idea of some idiot being able to 3D print a gun in his basement is just, it's ludicrous. And even if it doesn't take that much brain power to be able to do such a thing, how do you know the gun's safe to shoot? Like it won't explode in your hand or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Less than 5 minutes. Because as it goes, there's a certain point when you look at blood, it goes from being red and it turns like this dark blackish color as it oxidizes.
You ever seen blood in the moonlight, Pop? It appears quite black.
Well, I had to pick up. I was the NCOIC of a cleanup that of a mortar attack that hit the unsecured prisoner camp inside Abu.
Yeah.
Like 360, 350.
Tomorrow is 420, so get stoned. Smoke that sweet leaf, man. Smoke that green crack. Get baked. If I get some more alcohol tomorrow, I might do a 420 stream and just get a little drunk and, you know, buy a t-shirt. My Country Girls Make Do t-shirts. Well, the slogan, Country Girls Make Do, is trademarked. So I changed it. Let's see if they approved it. They did. Excellent. I had to change it to Farm Girls Make Do. Farm girl, country girl, same thing, right? But anyways, the whole Country Girls Make Do on my t-shirt, which I originally wanted, was not referencing a song. It was referencing one of my dirty jokes. Freaking. Before we continue on with this negativity and bullshit, I'll tell you the joke. It's the Cobra's Country Girls Make Do joke. So Cletus goes to the tattoo parlor and says, I want you to tattoo my entire dick and balls to look like an ear of corn sticking out. So that when my dick gets hard, you with me on this? He takes the needle and tattoos his balls and his junk and his entire dick to look like an ear of corn with the leaves sticking out towards the bottom of the shaft and everything. And then after a couple of days of letting it heal up, and when he's able to have sex again, people are like, hey, Cletus, why the fuck did you tattoo your dick to look like an ear of corn? He said, just wait. Well, Cletus sneaks into Farmer John's cornfield and waits. He pops about 2 Viagra and waits. Here comes Miss Daisy, his 18-year-old dumb as a fucking fence post country bumpkin daughter. Hotter than shit. She come walking down the cornfield with her titties bouncing like goddamn, legal and ready to go. Fuck sickos. She happens upon Cletus's corn on the cob, starts fucking him. Well, she realized that feels a lot better than the usual corn she's used to, so she keeps going and going and going and going and going. Well, then 9 months later, frickin', she's pregnant. Farmer John's grabbing his pump shotgun or his double barrel, whichever he can find first, going, we're going to have a shotgun wedding. Who the fuck got you pregnant? And she said the corn did, because, you know, country girls make do. Yeah. And then I found a graphic on Customized Girl with your stereotypical smoking hot of age country girl wearing a Daisy Duke outfit, riding a big ass thing of corn like it's a horse. And I'm like, yes.
People were wounded, 105 or just straight out killed outright. All right. So after they got all the wounded stabilized and got them the fuck out of there, they were all burned out. And they're like, hey, Pop, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. You're going to pick up dead bodies. I'm like, fuck.
Damn it.
Yeah. I was the second wave. The first wave worked only 35 minutes.
For those of you who don't know, Terrence Pop served in the Army, and I thank him for his service. And they put him in charge of cleaning up the battlefields, which means he had to pick up dead bodies and shit and put them in bags, and most people couldn't stomach it, which rightfully so. I can't say I blame them. The stench and the emotions.
And then they pulled him off because people were like crying and vomiting. And then
I can't imagine. You just watched your fellow comrade fucking die right in front of you, and now you gotta pick up your fellow soldier's body and put him in a fucking bag. I can't imagine you're crying because of how sad you are. You lost a friend and a member of your team. And on top of that, the smell just, some people get squeamish when they see blood, and then the smell of decomposing flesh is, dude.
My team went in there and we finished the job because I turned it into a.
Yeah, and rotting flesh fucking stinks. I would rather smell a ripe fart, to be honest.
Best.
Well, that's kind of how you do it.
Yeah. Because it was really bothering me, and it still bothers me to this day. But I remember being the auctioneer because we had to fill these body bags. I'm like, oh, I need
So how did Terrence Pop deal with the emotions of that shit? He basically was cracking jokes about it, trying to lighten the mood.
Here, I need a head. Give me some head. Anybody got a head? Head. All right, there's a head. All right. What in this bag? And I had like a little thing, and there was like a little cardboard thing, and I'd be like, okay, there's a head. All right, need a torso. Anybody got a torso? What do you got? Okay, half a torso. That'll work. All right, 2 arms, 2 legs. 2 arms, 2 legs. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, the arms don't. Fuck it. There's 2 arms. Throw it. We didn't care.
We got a bunch of bodies.
The problem with this is people want freedom, like they want to have no rules, just utter chaos. We gotta have some law and order in this fucking country, otherwise it all goes to shit.
We can't tell whether or not they're male, so we need. All right, there you go.
And then you'd have guys start doing the. And I'd be like, oh, got a puke here, got a puke, step off the side, puke, what you got to do? All right, Rick, that is how I did it.
Cut him off.
Total cock.
That is how I got through it, man.
Hey, you got to keep your chill, right? We've talked about that many times.
Yeah, and I'm going to be covering this at the CME when I talk about mental toughness.
Excellent. But hang on, I really like that one. But there we go.
Butt segments.
Needs to reach a little farther into the seat.
Wow.
No, she's fine where she's at. Oh, she is fine where she is at. I can see her butt. I can see her waist. The cute little pink sports bra she's got on. Adding some mystery, like she could have some nice kazangas. And she could have smaller ones. There's a bit of mystery to her. You see her bent over in these tight fucking workout pants.
It's important to bring up. Okay, we all saw the headline, so we know what's up here.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the people in charge of the media, this never happens.
Yes.
Right? Unfortunately, if you take a look at all of the mass shooters from 2021, it happens all the time.
All right, so there's white guy.
One of these things is not like the other.
2 white guys. 3
just doesn't belong.
Hang on. 4. All right, 3.5.
3.5.
4.
And don't forget, some of these mugshots might have made their way across the desk of CNN and gotten whitewashed before they were published on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only seeing maybe a couple dozen, actual like white faces that pop out at you.
If that, man.
Yeah. I love the old guy in the second row at the end.
Or this guy right here. Looks like Santa Claus went on a hardcore bender.
Yeah. Woo.
I can't stand these fucking kids with their damn toys.
Fuck you!
I'm gonna burn this whole fucking place to the ground. Ho ho, motherfuckers!
Yeah, and look, man.
All seriousness aside, though, fuck mass shootings, fuck sickos.
You got violent crime skyrocketing in blue city and blue state shitholes.
Yep.
And quite frankly, we're going to talk about the gun thing here for a second.
Yeah.
All right. If you go on YouTube, you can hear this haunting sounds from Shanghai, where they have millions upon millions of people locked in their fucking homes.
It is messed up.
And the reason they're able to do that is because their population doesn't have any fucking guns.
Right? I hate to be that guy, but I wonder why you never hear about states like Wyoming having a problem with guns. Because everybody in Wyoming has a gun. It's the truth. Our state slogan is, "Welcome to Wyoming. Consider everybody armed and dangerous." I turned that into a sick t-shirt. It's on my customized girl. Check that out.
Yes. And that is
So I guarantee you, if some dickhead in Wyoming tried pulling out a gun, fucking 10 more people will be like, motherfucker.
exactly what the Biden administration.
No, I love my double barrel side by side Stoker coach gun 12 gauge. Fun to shoot out on the range. But that's just it. It was made by Stoker Industries, a professional gun making manufacturer. I don't care how much you love guns. I love guns as much as a true-blooded American. Next true-blooded American, support Second Amendment rights. However, if you're not qualified, you don't have a gun manufacturer's license, you shouldn't be making guns. Oh, you got a 3D printer and watched a how-to video on YouTube, so all of a sudden you're a fucking expert? Dude, our society is fucking retarded. All this depressing bullshit on social media, people are being jerks to each other, and then you got the politics and the radical religion, and I'm just like, ugh.
Wants for you.
That's absolutely true. And listen, we saw what happened.
That's just it. I would rather trust a double barrel shotgun made by Stoker Coach Gun Industries or Frankie Highlanders, or I paid like $420 for my double barrel shotgun, and yeah, bought it on 420. So tomorrow's Bad Company's birthday. Winning. Yeah. I'm not worried about when I get to go to the range again, but I do enjoy going to the gun range and safely popping off a couple rounds, just the smell of gunpowder. You know, and fuck mass shootings, dude. There's just no need for them. You know what I'm saying? What have I always said on my channel? How would it feel if someone you cared about died in a mass shooting? You would hate it.
With the BLM and all the crazy shit going on.
Okay. Black Lives Matter is not the problem. There are some fucking assholes out there who use Black Lives Matter platform as a way to be a radicalist dick. And nobody notices the people who are... Excuse me. It's the truth. Whenever we talk about a Black Lives Matter protest, nobody wants to talk about the peaceful people who are picketing with their picket signs. No, it's all about these fucking cocksuckers who are pointing laser pointers at cops and throwing Molotov cocktails at people's businesses and cars and shit. And it's like, people are angry, war-hungry, violent, sadistic, fucking manipulative, egotistical assholes. It's just human nature. It's the nature of the beast. But it's like, you have to be mature enough and smart enough and a decent enough person to be like, this isn't necessary. And people get the BLM movement twisted, and it pisses me off. They're not saying that they're more important. They're saying that their lives matter too. That's why I say some lives matter. As long as you ain't a sick fuck, you ain't some murderous, psychopathic piece of shit. You're not out there raping people, robbing banks. Fuck all that shit. You can't say all lives matter because you're sick and tired of your little racist views towards BLM. Because not all lives matter. Fuck pedophiles for that matter.
Right? That is going to it's going to continue to happen because our culture and our civilization is not stabilizing. It is only going to get worse.
Our society has gone beyond crazy train. Not trying to spurg out here, but our society is batshit crazy, dude.
And guess what? The police don't have to protect you or your property. All they really do is after it all calms down, they show up, they take a bunch of fucking pictures, all right? And then maybe they put together a suspect list. And
Well, it is their job. I hate to disagree with Pop here, but it's to protect and serve. And speaking of which, it's the truth, just like when I said earlier. There were some really fucked up asshole cops who make cops look bad in general. It's the same argument. That only applies to race and gender and decent people. Fuck sickos. And what I mean by that is assholes ruin it for everyone. That only applies to people who are not sick fucks.
and there you go.
Yep.
They process the scene.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
If it gets to a point, they will hire SWAT, and that's how it is.
That's it. No one's protecting you. You have to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's why I have a double barrel 12 gauge. It's for home defense. Someone tries to break into my apartment with a gun. I have every right to defend myself. If there's a zombie apocalypse, trust and fucking believe I ain't putting up with that shit either.
Yep. And so I have to ask, is anyone else just a little bit, what's that word, suspicious that this shooting happens less than 48 hours after Biden announces his little ghost gun grab?
Oh my god. This is the problem with these fucking radical Republicans. These fucking cocksuckers who are storming Capitol Hill because Joe Biden's in office. And after Joe Biden says, hey, we're not saying you can't have ghost guns. We're not even saying you can't carry a ghost gun. We're just saying that if you're going to manufacture them, you got to be a licensed manufacturer and have serial numbers for your parts. That's not unreasonable, is it? That's the problem with being the president. When you make these executive decisions, you're going to end up pissing somebody off. You can't make everybody happy.
Of order, which
I don't necessarily agree with everything that Joe Biden does, but the ban on ghost guns, it's not even a fucking ban. This is just Republicans using fear tactics like they always do. This is how Republicans get people to get on their side. They use fear of the unknown. Think about it. If people are afraid of gays and uncertain or unknowing, and then some random story pops up about one asshole who was doing some really fucked up shit, like the Wee Spa incidents, Republicans will use that story for fear mongering. It's what it is. Republicans use fear-mongering. Democrats like to use misinformation. That's how the politics controls us, people. Open your fucking eyes.
That it's going to last all of about 15 seconds before it gets smacked down. SCOTUS.
Well, SCOTUS just got a new ferry put in charge.
But it's just repaired. It's just replacing somebody else who would have voted exactly the same way.
I don't know, man.
So according to Thomas Massey, the Constitution does not authorize the federal government to prevent you from making your own firearms. This is a fact that has been recognized for 200 plus years. You do realize that the Constitution was written to protect yourself from the wrath of England's bullshit. This is such a fucking frustrating topic. Article 1, Section 1, literally the first operative sentence in the Constitution says Congress makes law, not the president. Yeah, Congress is in charge of making laws. All the president can do is sign off on it. So, like, if they're like, hey, we're going to legalize pot because our economy's broke from the pandemic and people are rioting and stressed off and pissed off and angry and hissy and pissy, and our country's broke and people are stressed out and tired from being cooped up and lockdown and pandemics, and everyone's just angry and pissed off. Oh, I got a solution to that. Legalize pot. You walking down the street, it's legal and nobody's stopping me. Oh wait, they already did. They decriminalized marijuana. It's not like federally legal, but it's decriminalized, so you can't get arrested for smoking it. That I can say I appreciate. Thank you to the government for finally decriminalizing cannabis. Well, I've been hearing since Barack Obama, we're going to legalize pot. I heard it from Trump, I heard it from Obama, and there are other things to get to. I get that being the president, you're going to have a lot of things on your plate to deal with first, that marijuana legalization is not going to be a top priority. But at the same time, it's about being an honest politician. I couldn't say that with a straight face. Oh my God. It's the whole reason I voted for Obama and Trump in the first place. We're going to legalize pot. Oh yes, I plan on legalizing it. Okay, sweet. I smoke marijuana for my Asperger's. I could totally go for some legalization. Oh wait. The thing of it is, YouTube, gun safety 101. Keep it empty unless you have to use it. Don't point your gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. Always treat the gun like it's loaded. And don't be stupid with it. I know a lot of people are going to call me a hypocrite because of what I did on Courtney's fucking stream, but I'm like, I know how my shit operates. Y'all can quit judging me and calm the fuck down.
I don't know. All I can say is,
I mean, these aren't kiddie porn.
Once they take away the Second Amendment and they take your guns, you are nothing but serfs, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Except they cannot legally take away our guns. It is in the Second Amendment rights. Unless you are being a fucking asshole piece of shit. The only way you're going to lose your Second Amendment rights is if you're being a criminal. If you're murdering people with your gun, raping people at gunpoint, etc., etc., robbing banks with your gun, etc. If you're doing felony offenses, that is the only time they could take away your guns. God fucking damn it. You hear all these ifs. If they do this, or if they do that, you're just going to be, I generally support Terrence, Pop, and Blake here, but we got to have some fucking logic. If it's in the Second Amendment and it's part of the Constitution, then they can't legally do it. These are the rules our country was founded upon. See what I did there? You can't spell culture without cult. Yeah, because there are some real dumb cunts out there who just think they know everything. And then on top of being stupid and knowing nothing about what the fuck they're talking about, on top of being misinformed, they think they know everything. And then the cherry on top of the bullshit cake, they talk to you like you're stupid. Then when you fact check them, they get pissed off.
You could total up all of the gun-related shootings in this country going back 50 years. It would not even come close to the number of people who were slaughtered by their own governments in the 20th century alone because they didn't have guns.
That's absolutely correct.
Right.
Yeah, disarming the populace.
Way, Representative Thomas Massey's a happy guy. He's not suicidal.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, hashtag Thomas Massey did not kill himself.
But like right after Germany or Nazi Germany came into being, they collected the guns.
Yep.
And then a few years later, they started.
Let me ask you this. Joe Biden famously said, all you need is a double-barrel shotgun. Sometimes all you need is a double-barrel shotgun. Do you really think a man who famously said, sometimes all you need is a double-barrel shotgun, is going to take your guns away? Even if he tried, people would call him a hypocrite and an unconstitutionalist prick at that, even if he did try, is what I'm saying. But he can't legally do it because it's just... The problem with this is, there are millions upon millions of responsible gun owners. But nobody talks about them. It's all these fucking cocksuckers who are pulling mass shootings and shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Rounding fucking people up.
Yeah. Australia called it a government buyback. And we all see exactly what's going on over there.
That's a huge clusterfuck over there, man.
Yeah, that sucks for Australia. It's the truth. If you do a statistics report of United States here in the States that have the most mass shootings, Wyoming's going to be on the lower end of that shit. Because Wyoming is gun friendly. People are naturally going to do things, like if you tell a person, no, you can't do that, their first inclination is to do it. So think about this. You tell them you can't have guns. The first thing they're going to want to do is get a gun. That's the truth. Fuck mass shootings. Like, let me give you an example. Okay, beer, jump into my hand so I can drink you. My telekinesis powers are not strong enough, YouTube. Oh, jeez. That much like a gun, a can of beer is an inanimate object and does not operate or function until you use your hands to operate it. The only difference is guns and alcohol don't mix. Like, you know what I'm saying? My shotgun pretty much stays in my closet unloaded and unsafe. It's there for when I go to the range or if I have like a home defense situation.
Wow! All right, let's do an inventory.
Hilarious.
What do we got?
All right, we'll do a quick inventory here, just in case you didn't, if you were wondering if this has any, legitimacy whatsoever. Far left activist David Hogg, he said he's going to be there at the White House. Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spend $1,000+ on a 3D printer and then spend $2,000 or less in materials just so you can 3D print one gun, dude, the money you spend on that shit, you could literally buy an actual gun made by a professional from your local gun store. The problem with 3D printing guns is we don't have background checks. We don't. That's another reason why I don't agree with ghost guns, so to speak, is that anyone can 3D print them. You have the knowledge and the brain power, you can just... I love guns as much as the next true-blooded American. I love going out to the range and plinking. It's fun. Good, clean Wyoming fun. I'm right there with you, man. But the idea of any fucking idiot being able to just 3D print a gun, unregistered, no background checks, and on the, slight end, they manufactured it just right, and it functions just like the real thing with no hiccups. That's a bit disconcerting, to be honest.
Apparently, this is going to modernize the definition of frame or receiver and help close a regulatory loophole associated with the unserialized, privately made firearms that the administration claimed are increasingly being recovered at crime scenes across the country. Never mind the fact that most gun-related crime is committed with firearms not registered to the person who fucking has it.
Well,
so it doesn't matter.
That, and to some degree, I agree with that, because it's like, hey, it's got no serial number. So how the fuck are you going to be able to trace the person? I agree with what Blake said, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but what if their homies I'm not giving you my gun for that shit? So it's like, well, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Their next best option is going to be to 3D print a gun, dude.
Here's a way you can get around this, right? You make the ghost gun and you put a fucking serial number on it. There you go.
That's basically what the law is for. I don't want just any fucking idiots being able to make guns. It's just concerning.
Well, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The reason why they're going after ghost guns is...
And the whole term ghost gun is so stupid. Just call them what they are, 3D printed guns. Calling it a ghost gun is so fucking retarded. That just sounds like a really bad joke. Yo, Casper the Friendly Ghost, motherfucker, had to get himself a ghost gun. Because crackers be tripping on his shit. You know what I'm saying, man? Casper the Friendly Ghost is like, check out my ghost gun, motherfucker. These bullets are going to go right through you. Literally. Fuck out of here, dude.
Because let's be honest, the government is the real threat.
Correct.
Yeah, let's be really honest. Some members of the government can be a threat, yes, but so can civilians. In a country that says we the people by the people, it creates this pissing contest of the power struggle between civilians and government. People are just sitting there saying, well, the government can't do this, and the government saying, well, no, you can't do that. And it's just like, oh my God. It's just everyone whipping out their dicks, being like, mine's bigger than yours, therefore you have to listen to me. Nuh-uh, yours is stupid. It's what it is, dude, metaphorically speaking. Yes, there are some corrupt motherfuckers who work for the government, but they're not all like that. And yes, there are some asshole civilians who are a potential threat to national security, but we're not all like that. Like,
if they had any respect for the Constitution whatsoever, they wouldn't constantly be wiping their asses.
I mean, all right, let me explain this to people out there. Putting together a ghost gun is not that hard. If you have an IQ of 100 or higher, you can figure it out. And you could do it with a lot of tools and jigs and so forth.
Yeah, but the money you spend on tools, the money you spend on your 3D printer, the time you waste on your research, I tend to think 50% of the people who make ghost guns are felons who can't get guns and they want a gun. That's what I think. I could be mistaken, but I don't trust 3D printed guns, man. I mean, it's a cool source of like video to watch on YouTube. Like, oh hey, fucking A, right? You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, outside of like the YouTube video factor of it, I don't trust ghost guns, dude. I really don't.
At Harbor Freight or wherever. And what they do is you get the lower receiver and only 20% is finished. They give you the schematics. They tell you what to do. A lot of times they give you the jigs and tools to do it yourself at home. And once somebody does that, they realize just how fucking easy it is. It's not that hard. Okay, you can literally...
Just because it's easy doesn't mean you should do it.
3D print all the plastic parts of your AR-15, do the ghost gun lower receiver, and build it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, and listen, you can actually get a milling machine. It's going to cost you a couple grand where you take the block of aluminum, drop it in there, and it builds the whole thing for you. That can be done too.
Hell yeah. Ghost guns are where it's at, gentlemen.
What's the supply chain crisis for milling machines right now?
Yeah, I know. I myself,
crisis for everything.
I myself have turned in my firearms for fishing poles. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
I thought you lost him in that boating accident.
Well, while I was fishing.
Right.
Of course.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, he was fishing for a place to hide his guns.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you'd like to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, consider making a donation on Locals, Patreon, or Subscribe Star.
The thing of it is, you don't want too much control that becomes a dictatorship in a sense. But at the same time, having no laws or no rules creates utter chaos and disorder. So you gotta find a healthy balance between the two.